I know it has been quite a minute since I've come by and said anything. The last time I came by, it was October of 20, or like October, somewhere towards the end of 2021, I want to say. So my mom was in the hospital then. And I told you guys, I'm not sure I'm coming back, which I still wasn't. I'm not really sure this is a comeback. Because YouTube has changed so much, but I did want to give an update to a lot of people who don't have social media. Right now, I'm taking a break from social media because I'll tell you why in a second. So the last time we talked, basically, my mom's in hospital, so she was in hospital for about 3 months at that time. She got out, started getting better, and she had an in-home nurse. She had started walking. So I don't know if I told you guys the story of her being in the hospital. So when she was in the hospital in October, whatever. So last time I talked, she was in the hospital. When she was in the hospital that time, basically nobody would do a surgery on her that she desperately needed for her heart valve, because she was in a state, whatever, like, if we do the surgery, she's not strong enough to survive. She will not survive. So no doctor wanted to take that on and put that on her hands. So of course we're like, okay, so what can we do? We're praying. We're like, Lord, please tell us what to do. So they said, well, just take her home and we'll send over a nurse. So they started sending a nurse and people to check on her weekly. And she looked like she was trying to get better. She had 4 strokes. So, her mind changed a lot. And, she just is not the same person that she was. So then, what else? Oh, I'm sorry. So then, basically, she started to get a little better. She started to feel better. She started to look better. And, me and my mom are desperately close. We are desperately close. Like, when I tell y'all we are so close, that's one of my soulmates. Her mom was one of my soulmates, and she's one of my soulmates. So anyway, back to the story. She started looking like she was getting better, and they were like, okay, she can have the surgery. She's strong enough now, right? So that day before, she had to get a stent in her neck. So, we were talking. I was trying to keep her upbeat, all the good stuff. So, I'm not gonna pull this story out any longer because y'all are like, okay, girl. My mom passed away November 9th, 2022. In a couple weeks, it's currently October 30th, 2023. In a couple weeks, not even a full couple weeks, it'll be a year. It took me a year almost to make a video about it. If you were on my social medias, you know that I posted a couple days after she had passed. It's been a really rough past 11 months. Like I said, I'm still a little shaky, even saying it out loud. I hate to say it out loud that she's gone. I'm here at the marina just to kind of give myself some peace at the same time, if possible. So when she passed, what happened was she went in for the surgery. She was strong enough at that point, they said. They went in to fix her valve, and she did not survive the surgery. Yeah, the day I found out, I was still living in Stockton, which I'll talk about in a second. My mom's husband called me, told me, hey, well, because I had called him and I was like, hey, her surgery is supposed to be early in the morning. Her surgery was supposed to be at like 5 in the morning. And they said it's going to be like a 4.5 hour surgery. Like, it's in the heart. They can't just rush that one. So I was like, okay, it's been a little minute. It was like 11 o'clock at this point. We hadn't heard anything, I remind you. Someone just like, well, let me call up here and see what's going on. So I said, okay. He called me back about 20 minutes later, and he's so somber. Like, his voice had no inflection. Like, he was like, Amiri, your mom didn't make it. And I promise you, I fell on that floor in the bathroom and screamed bloody murder. I know my neighbors probably thought I was being attacked. But it was during the day. Like I said, it was like 11 o'clock, so they probably didn't think too much of it. Anyways, at the time, I had those neighbors, but anyway. So after that, I kind of went into funeral mode. I started doing stuff for her funeral. Her favorite color is red. And I started doing stuff for her funeral and making sure she was good. And, my dad really was like, oh, he didn't really know what to do. It was like a little kid lost in the mall, And then no, I'm not going to skip. So that happened. Service happened. Me and my TT, which is her youngest sister, had been getting close prior to her passing. So we started getting even closer after we started to spend more time together. I call her weekly, which I'm probably going to call her either today or tomorrow because it's time for our weekly call. And, I've been extremely lost since my mom passed away. I'm randomly angry. I'm randomly sad. I just cried and boo-hooed my life away the other day, simply because my mom wasn't here. I am struggling and fighting demons that have just come up from the crevice of hell, I had a really bad suicide attempt. I basically had it planned out. I was going to turn on the oven halfway and basically let the carbon monoxide take away me and my cats. Because I didn't want to leave anybody with them. I didn't want them to have to take care of my cats after I was gone. I felt like that was unfair. I was more concerned about them at the time than myself. It's so funny. A bunch of birds just took off. I have been trying to find the right way to say this, I guess, to the YouTube people and community that is my subscribers, if I have any left, child. Because everybody who knows, who came to my channel, who was, has been with me for a while, even when I do these things where I disappear for a while. This is obviously the most legit reason that I could disappear. So, like I said, I don't really have a grasp on how quite to say this still to this day. I just pray that y'all understand that I'm doing, my best to explain it in the best way possible. But also the fact of it is that I am still in a space where it does not seem real. It doesn't seem legit. So let me go back to the suicide attempt. So that happened. My best friend, she was like, well, why would you do that kind of thing? So she's like, you can't continue like this. How are you honoring your mom? So I started going to grief classes. Also, as many of you know, years ago, I have a pain pill addiction, misusing them. Now, when I actually have pain, they are helpful. Because Tylenol isn't enough. Like, I recently had a concussion and I had a knot on the side of my freaking head, and I still get little tinges of pain here and there. But, anyways, I had started abusing them, and I found some in the house, and I just took them, a bunch of them. And that triggered me to want to kill myself, if that makes sense. So after that, I started going to classes, started getting help for my addiction. So I have been trying my best to be cool with my mom's husband. He makes life so difficult. I had to move out of my apartment in Stockton. I was being threatened for eviction. I had to surrender my keys. I went to St. Louis in March. Came back like the end of March. Towards the end of March, I came back literally like the day before April. I was packing up, getting stuff together, throwing stuff away. I had to pack up in a hurry. Surrendered my keys May 1st. Oh, and in between then, so I'm in my car currently. But in between then, I had my car vandalized. So, I have a Hyundai, and it was vandalized. They broke into it, tore up under my little steering wheel, threw my shit everywhere. Back window broke, all the shit, right? So I said, okay, that's great. Love that for me. Now, mind you, the whole time I've been at that apartment, nobody ever messed with my car. A couple weeks before I got to move, because it was April 18th, and I moved May 1st. So a couple weeks before I got to move is when they fuck with my car. So then I had rentals and all that good shit. I'm moving stuff. Most of it I was doing by myself because my mom's husband could only do it after he got off of work. So a lot of the packing up was done by me. Towards the end of everything, of course, I might insert a little of the video of the apartment cleaned out. I cleaned the refrigerator. Everything. I cleaned everything out. I lived there for almost 6 years. I was in Stockton for almost 7 years. I moved back to Hayward, moved in with my father and my brother, which I love Mike dearly. Now my mom's husband is the issue. He's always trying to get an argument out of me. He's always trying to bait me. In the beginning it worked, because I'm like, fuck that. I don't even know if you can really cuss on YouTube anymore, so I'm trying to be cool with the cussing. He still tries to bait me to this day, about little stuff, about stuff that is whatever. And I'm just trying to get out of there. I'm also trying to get another job. I'm in between fighting if I should go back in towards makeup or if I should not. I have a lot of injuries now. I have sciatica. I have really bad sciatica too, to the point where I can't stand up for too long. I gained 30 fucking pounds in between May and October, because I've just been depressed. I've been depressed. I've been sad. I've been lost. I've been confused. I've been angry. I've been happy. All of those things come with grief. I took a grief class, and actually today was funny. So the grief class ended about the end of September. So everybody emailing each other like, hey, we should meet up, da 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 da. So at first it was supposed to be a group of 8 of us, 8 of us. Originally we were going to meet in Walnut Creek, right? So a bunch of them started saying, oh, I can't make it, I can't make it, I can't make it. So I'm like, okay, well, since they can't make it, let's go ahead and meet closer. So we meet in San Leandro. Kathy picks this place because the last time I had picked a place in Walnut Creek. And I was like, well, y'all can pick a place. Just let me know where you want to meet. So she picked this little cafe I had never been to. It was very cute. I might go back. She picked this cafe I had never been to. And it's right by my mom's favorite restaurant. So I was like, wow, that's funny. So I didn't tell her because I don't want nobody to change something because of, a connection. And I was like, well, everything happens for a reason. So, I'm going to go over here. So I meet up with these ladies. They're lovely in person. Wonderful. We're having a great conversation. So in the midst of the conversation, I see a lady staring at me at the peripheral. I turn, and it's my old neighbor, Miss Davis. I'm going to insert a picture here of us together. I should have told her to send me those pictures. It's my old neighbor, Miss Davis. Oh, my God. My little heart, I couldn't take it. Like, I just felt like I cried a little bit. I'm not going to hold y'all. We both actually cried a little bit. It had been a minute since I seen her because her husband, Mr. Davis, him and my mom were like alike so much. They would stand outside and talk for hours. I'd be like, Mom, you know what I mean? So, they both had the gift of gab, and, my mom was very smart, and she was so informative, and people love to ask her questions and get answers. So, he passed away that January. So, I thought I wasn't ready for that. I didn't go to the service. I really wasn't ready for that. It was hard enough seeing my mom in the casket. I'll never be able to get that image out of my brain of her after she passed and her in the casket. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry. Train of thought. Lost it. Let me find it. So, basically, Thomas Davis, we hugged each other, like, we hug. We love each other. That's the one right there. I really love Miss Davis. She's such a sweetie pie. So we're sitting there talking, and of course, Miss Davis works for the IRS. So they were talking about stuff, and so she ended up connecting with the other lady I was there with. Then it was just like all these little connections, right? And I was like, see, everything happens for a reason. So Kathy was like, oh, I think that's your mom sending you Miss Davis. And I said, yeah, definitely. It definitely could be. Because I had just asked my mom the other day. I was like, Mom, please just give me strength to get through this. Please give me strength to fight my addiction. Please give me strength to get better. Please give me strength to, get out of my own way. Please give me strength to do these things. I'm doing my best. So I was like, well, I'm going to do my little makeup. I did my makeup today. Really don't do it that much at all. So I always keep in the back of my mind that makeup does expire. So I try to do it often. Not even often. I'm lying. I try to do it, but most of the time I talk myself out of it. So I was coming out of the coffee shop, and this guy, because he had been staring at me, sorry, somebody was texting me. He had been staring at me, and I didn't take it no way. He smiled, and I smiled back. So I come out the coffee shop, and he's like, oh my God, your makeup is so pretty. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, I was like, wow, thank you so much. It took me a minute because everything was falling apart, but thank you. I didn't say that part, but I was like, thank you so much. So he's like, do you do makeup? And I was like, I used to, but my mom passed away and I took a break. And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, but you should do makeup. Yeah, you should do that. And I was like, I love makeup. I do. I was like, I just, I took a break. And he's like, do you have an Instagram? And I was like, yeah, I deleted it for a little while. He's like, see, you need to download it and do makeup and start getting your portfolio because that's a free portfolio. I was like, true. He's like, you say you love makeup. And it was just like, oh girl, I didn't know. Something just popped up from the bottom the damn thing. I didn't know what the hell that was. I was like, oh God, is it a body? Jesus. I watched too many murder mysteries for that shit. I'll be like, police, call the police. I'm calling the cops immediately. Yeah. So he was like, you should do makeup. If you're passionate about it and it makes you happy, you should do it. So I'm like, yeah, I definitely could see that. So yeah, he gave me we exchanged numbers, and he's like, I'm a hairstylist and I used to do makeup. I have my own lipstick line. So I'm like, is this a sign? And also I applied to work at a beauty school. So that would imply me getting back into esthetician work, makeup. When you lose somebody that's such a pillar, you feel like, how dare we were talking about this at the table too, at the restaurant, at the coffee shop. We were talking about this. How dare everybody move on, She is such a powerhouse, you know what I'm saying? My mom is amazing and wonderful. And I say is because it doesn't feel like she's gone from here. I know people are like, oh, she's with you. It's not the same though, It's not the same as looking her in her face, holding her hand, giving her hugs and kisses. Like, my dad is so emotionally cut off from everything ever since I was a little girl that I don't even want him to hug me. Don't bring it here. How about that? How about you stay over there and I'll stay here? Because at this point, I don't even want to fake the funk with you. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things I miss the most about my mom is that she was so loving and caring and affectionate towards her children, or towards anybody who she loved, but especially her kids. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do quite yet. I did want to pop my little head in, say, hey, y'all. I'll try to put some clips of things that have happened. Like, I went to a couple of weddings. Not a couple. Let me stop lying. I went to a fabulous wedding. My homegirl Jasmine got married last year. What is this? 2022. Yeah, 2022 in June. And yeah, we reconnected. We had stopped talking for a little bit, and we reconnected. Recently, I disconnected from my other friend. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's too much for me. I can't take it. But in the long run, Erica's still my friend. I'll try to include a clip that I made when I went in March to St. Louis, because we actually did and how it happened and when and things like that. I've been going through a lot of stint of like depression and grieving and up and down, and I have to simultaneously help take care of my brother and my father, and yeah, that's a whole nother heap of problems that then created itself in my life. And on top of that, I'm trying to stay on top of my mental health. I'm trying to, check in with my friends, make sure they're good, So life is just lifing right now. And honestly, I could use about 360 mil, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even need 300. Just give me one.
Just so I could disappear for like a year and just sleep. I just need to sleep. That's it. On an island somewhere, probably. But yeah, I hope that everybody is well, because honestly right now
it's very ghetto.
It's crazy,
it is giving ghetto out here, man.
It is. So I just hope y'all are taking care of your health, your mental health, each other, the people that you love, and care about, and
tell them often, tell them why they can think for themselves.
There it is.
Tell them why they can speak in plain English that you can understand. I know it might sound funny to say something like that to y'all, but really a reality for me.
Yeah.
Tell them if you feel like they deserve to hear it. How about that?
Right.
I need to put that spin on it because
Hello.
I don't want to go there right now, but
yeah.
But tell them if you feel like they deserve to hear it. If you genuinely feel that for them,
Mm-hmm.
tell them as often as you can. It sounds crazy, but like even if it's not something that you're used to doing with said family member or said person in your life, just tell them anyway, because life comes at you fast.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you I've done more in the almost 2 years that I haven't uploaded on YouTube,
Okay.
than a little bit, man, because life has been lifing.
Boy.
And when I tell you.
But I didn't upload it. So I'll try to put a snippet of that in here. But, you know, I'm not going to say nothing like subscribe or nothing like that because I don't know if I'll be back. But I did just want to pop in and update you guys because this one's taking a toll on me. You know, this break might be a little bit longer than planned. Or actually, I didn't even plan it. This break is a break, you know. Like I said, I don't really see people do tutorials and stuff like that no more, but I'm sure they do. But, you know, I thought I was sweating. I was like, oh yeah, I had got my nose pierced. A lot of people didn't know that, because you don't follow me or they don't have social media. I got my nose pierced with the other best friend the other friend that we detached. That's the one I got it pierced with. Thank God it wasn't a tattoo. And I'm gonna also get a tattoo of my mom and my Grammy. I don't know what though, so I need to start looking because I want to get it before the end of November. No, not the loud little motorcycle. Little pup pup. Okay, but yeah, y'all. So I really hope everybody's doing well. And if you're not, that is okay too. It's okay not to be okay. I just hope that you're working towards getting better. We are all humans. We all have these sucky ass experiences, and then we have these really good ones. The sucky one has been my mom passing away, so I will say that. The good one has been that I've been able to stay with Mike a little bit more often and get a little bit closer to him. You know, he's processing in his own way, and y'all know my brother is autistic. And I let him feel whatever he needs to feel, and I tell him it's all right to feel all of those feelings. So yeah, I've had to move a lot of my stuff to storage. So this week, starting tomorrow, I'm going to start to organize my storage because I did it in such a rush that it wasn't cool. And that way I could start selling my stuff on Poshmark again to make some extra money, you know, so that I can move. I'm really going to move to St. Louis this time because I was staying here for my mom, and honestly, I'm not appreciated by my mom's husband. The disrespect is just outstanding, and they don't think anything of it. They just do it. So, with that being said, I'm pretty sure this phone is about to overheat because it's sitting in the sun. But if y'all watch till this part, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you for taking the time to just listen. Even if you're doing something and you just got me playing in the background, thank you for clicking on the video. Like I said, this is a process, you know, and I don't want anybody to think, oh, she's joking, it's a prank. I don't play like that. And y'all know I don't do prank videos, so if you think it's a prank, you can kiss my ass. So I will see you guys when I see you guys. Bye.